I know in America, we're so individual. It's like me, I got saved. That's not really the message of the Bible, really. It's us. It's more us than just me individual. And I think we got to train ourselves to read that. And also that he chose. It's his heart. In love, he chose us. And adoption, wow. Now, he's crossing some lines there. Not just he wants you to be saved so you can have a personal relationship with God. That's not the point here. So I really want to talk about this concept of adoption and the heart of God and his intentions and his choosing of us, even though we're not even worthy. We haven't even done anything worthy to be chosen. Before he even created, in the beginning God, okay, before that, God's mind is, I'm going to make it available. I just want a people that will be willing to just live in my family. And I want them to live a life set apart, holy, set apart, and blameless. In other words, free of guilt, shame. I don't want them being filled with shame. Even before, in the beginning God, even before that, his mind is, I want to set apart people, not just individuals, a people who set their lives apart. I'm going to bring them into my family. I'm not just going to give them rules to follow. Connected. That's who the church is. We got to remember that that was God's plan even before the beginning of the world, for the church. And that's what Ephesians harps on over and over and over again. And here's the interesting about adoption that I didn't know about, that I just learned about adoption in the time that Paul's writing this. But adoption of adult sons was common among Gentiles in the New Testament era. Adoption of girls or adult females was rare to non-existent. Didn't know that, but that makes sense. Patriarchy, craziness. Rarely would one adopt an infant to avoid the great risk that the boy would not grow up to be a worthy adult son. Ooh, think about it. You ever heard of Julius Caesar? He adopted someone, but they were 18 because he saw something in them and they became Caesar Augustus. See, that's the way it worked. So God is willing to adopt you and me, even though we hadn't done anything. We haven't shown anything, but God's like, I'm going to set up the church to be a family. They're going to be like my adopted kids, even before I see how they turn out. That's the heart of God. Man, I love that about God. That's the God that we worship. That is the God that calls us to be his people, even before we show how great or how bad we are. It's almost like the worse we get, the closer he draws to us sometimes to help us out. What a great God.